I'm watching the presidential debate. Biden is a complete, utter, insane person.
Situation where and that's exactly what Trump did. Encouraging.
What the? Jay Biden.
He said it would take 5 days. It's part of it.
Go back to my original question, which is, are Putin's terms acceptable to you? Keeping the territory in Ukraine.
No, they're not acceptable. But look, this is a war that never should have started. If we had a leader in this war, he let everybody along. He's giving $200 billion now or more to Ukraine. He's given $200 billion. That's a lot of money. I don't think there's ever been anything like it. Every time that Zelensky comes to this country, he walks away with $60 billion. He's the greatest salesman ever. And I'm not knocking him. I'm not knocking anything. I'm only saying the money that we're spending on this war, and we shouldn't be spending, it should have never happened. I will have that war settled between Putin and Zelensky as president-elect before I take office on January 20th. I'll have that war settled. People being killed so needlessly, so stupidly, and I will get it settled, and I'll get it settled fast before I take office.
You have a minute.
The fact is that Putin is a war criminal. He's killed thousands and thousands of people, and he has made one thing clear. He wants to reestablish what was part of the Soviet Empire, not just a piece. He wants all of Ukraine. That's what he wants. And then you think he'll stop there? You think he'll stop when if he takes Ukraine? What do you think happens to Poland? What do you think of Belarus? What do you think happens to those NATO countries? And so if you want a war, you ought to find out what he's going to do, because if in fact he does what he says and walks away,
Guardian,
by the way,
we've picked up a high-gain transmission. Origin point is somewhere along the coast, near the Cosmodrome.
That's Rasputin, the AI warmind. If I'm understanding him correctly, it's a distress call.
To the Middle East.
There are so
In
few ballet
October,
fans
Hamas
left, Guardian.
attacked
It'd be a
Israel,
shame to lose
killing
him.
more than 1,000 people and taking hundreds of hostages. Among those held and thought to still be alive are 5 Americans. Israel's response has killed thousands of Palestinians and created a humanitarian crisis in Gaza. President Biden, you've put forward a proposal to resolve this conflict, but so far Hamas has not released the remaining hostages, and Israel is continuing its military offensive in Gaza. So what additional length will you use to get Hamas and Israel to end the war? You have 2 minutes.
Number one, everyone from the United Nations Security Council straight through to the G7 to to the Israelis, and Netanyahu himself have endorsed the plan I put forward. Which has 3 stages to it. The first stage is we trade the hostages for a ceasefire. Second phase is a ceasefire with additional conditions. The third phase is the end of the war. The only one who wants the war to continue is Hamas, number one. They're the only ones standing out. We're still pushing hard to get them to accept. In the meantime, what's happened in Israel, we're finding the only thing I denied Israel was 2,000-pound bombs. They don't work very well in populated areas. They kill a lot of innocent people. We're providing Israel with all the weapons they need and when they need them. By the way, I'm the guy that organized.
We're here, strangers.
We're not strangers anymore, little light. You can call me Elsie or Elizabeth. Whatever works.
Okay, Elizabeth it is. And once again, I prefer Ghost. So, what's our plan?
Despite our best efforts, the Vex gate within remains active thanks to Aramis. Destroying it loses us a vital link to the Vex. A story for another time, perhaps. For now, we need to focus on stopping any further incursions from the portal.
Understood. We'll take care of it.
Let's go back to Ukraine for 1 second. We have an ocean separating us. The European nations together have spent $100 billion, or maybe more than that, less than us. Why doesn't he call them? So you got to put up your money like I did with NATO. I got hundreds of billions of dollars. The Secretary General of NATO said Trump did the most incredible job I've ever seen. They wouldn't have any. They were going out of business. We were spending almost 100% of the money was paid by us. He didn't do that. He said, you don't ask these people to put up the money. For $100 billion more spent, there's a big impact of that. Because of location, because we have an ocean. You got to ask them as far as Israel and Hamas. Israel's the one that's what we said the only one who wants to keep going is Hamas. Actually, Israel is the one. You should let him go and let him finish the job. He doesn't want to do it. He's become like a Palestinian. But they don't like him because he's a very bad Palestinian. He's a weak one.
President Biden, do you have a minute?
Our strength lies in our minds. Maybe my person can do it. We continue to go in the Article 5 agreement. Attack on one is attack on all. We want to start the nuclear war that we're talking about. Going to control Ukraine and will then go on to Poland and other places. Providing about 50 other nations around the world. South Korea, because they understand that this kind of dislocation is a serious threat to the whole world. No major war in Europe has ever been able to be contained just in Europe.
President Trump, just to follow up, would you support the creation of an independent Palestinian state in order to achieve peace in the region?
I'd have to see, but before we do that, the problem we have is that we spend all the money. So they kill us on top of that big Russian deals with the European nations. Because if you add them up, they're about the same size economically. Their economy is about the same size as the United States. And they will no cars. They don't want anything that we have. But we're supposed to take their cars, their food, their everything, their agriculture. I changed that. But the big thing I changed is they don't want to pay. And the only reason he can play games with NATO is because I got them to put up hundreds of billions of dollars. I said, and he's right about this, I said, no, I'm not going to support NATO if we don't pay. They asked me that question, would you guard us against Russia? At a very secret meeting of the 28 states at that time, nations at that time. And they said, no, if you don't pay, I won't do that. And you know what happened? Billions and billions of dollars came flowing in the next day and the next month. But now we're in the same position. We're paying everybody's bills. Let's turn to the issue of democracy. Former President Trump, I want to ask you about January 6, 2021. After you rallied your supporters that day, some of them stormed the Capitol to stop the constitutionally mandated counting of electoral votes. As president, you swore an oath to, quote, preserve, protect, and defend, unquote, the Constitution. What do you say to voters who believe that you violated that oath through your actions and inaction on January 6th and worry that you'll do it again?
Why do they continue to believe that? Let me tell you about January 6th. On January 6th, we had a great border. Nobody coming through, very few. On January 6th, we were energy independent. On January 6th, we had the lowest taxes ever. We had the lowest regulations ever. On January 6th, we were respected all over the world. Everywhere we were respected. And then he comes in, and we're now left at. We're like a bunch of stupid people. But what happened to the United States' reputation under this man's leadership is horrible, including weaponization, which I'm sure at some point we'll be talking about. He goes after his political opponent because he can't beat him fair and square.
You have 80 seconds left. My question was, what do you say to those voters who believe that you violated your constitutional oath through your actions and inactions on January 6, 2021, and worry that you'll do it again?
Well, I didn't say that to anybody. I said peacefully and patriotically. And Nancy Pelosi, if you just watched the news from 2 days ago, on tape to her daughter, who's a documentary filmmaker, as they say, but she's saying, oh, no, it's my responsibility. I was responsible for this. Because I offered her 10,000 soldiers of a National Guard, and she turned them down. And the mayor of, in writing, by the way, the mayor, in writing, turned it down, the mayor of D.C. They turned it down. I offered 10,000 because I could see I had virtually nothing to do. They asked me to go make a speech. I could see what was happening. Everybody was saying they're going to be there on January 6th. They're going to be there. And I said, you know what? There's a lot of people coming. You could feel it. You could feel it too, and you could feel it. And I said, we're going to have some National Guard or whatever. And I offered it to her. And she now admits that she turned it down. And it was the same day she was, I don't know, you can't be very happy with her daughter because I'm getting to a buyer. She said, I take full responsibility for January 6th.
President Biden?
He encouraged those I sat in the dining room of her office. She said it for 3 hours watching baby being big as vice president. The number of us colleagues in the public is fiction. All of her stuff. Instead of talking between patriots and great patriots. In fact, since they have to do what they do. He might be convicted. He says he wants to appeal for sentencing. And say that he went to every single court in the nation.
Oh my gosh, dude, this guy, nobody's gonna take him serious. I hope he will. I mean,
the fires all over the city. If I didn't bring in the National Guard, that city would have been destroyed. They took over big chunks of Seattle. I was all set to bring in the National Guard. They saw them coming and they left. And they said, this whole subject is so peaceful and patriotic. One other thing. Select committee, which is basically 200 Republicans that are on the board and Democrats, all Democrats. Well, this war needed the information they got because they found out we were right. We were right. And they deleted and destroyed all of the information. They should go to jail for that. If a Republican did that, they'd go to the
We need to get real in this play. Call him out.
Convicted probably should have been convicted before. His Justice Department let statute of limitations off, so the most important thing as soon as he gets out of office, should be a convicted felon. Things that he's done. It's got a lot of weight. Those are the idiot people. $100 you change the prosecutor. You're getting $1 million and all of a sudden that. Let's go forward. I'm not going to do anything. I'm not going to give you $1 million unless you change your prosecutor. We have a system that is rigged and disgusting. I did nothing. Thank you, President Trump. President Biden, you have said everything, sir. You want to find out.
Oh, come on, bro. I'd jump over that stage and kick his ass, dude.
Until next time.
That was a case that was started and a high-ranking official of DOJ into the Manhattan DA's office to start that case. That case is going to be a very terrible judge with a the prosecutor will high-ranking Democrats appointed people, and both the civil and the criminal. He basically went after his political opponent because he thought it was going to damage me. But when the public found out about these cases, because they understand it better than he does, he has no idea what these cases are. But when they found out about these cases, you know what they did? My poll numbers went up, way up. You know that because you're reporting it. And we took in more money in the last 2 weeks than we've ever taken in the history of any campaign. I don't think any campaign has ever taken. Hundreds of millions of dollars came pouring in because the public knows it's a scam, and it's a guy that's after his political opponent because he can't win fair and square. Thank you, President Trump. President Biden, you have said, quote, Donald Trump and his MAGA Republicans are determined to destroy American democracy. Do you believe that the tens of millions of Americans who are likely to vote for President Trump will be voting against American democracy?
What they know about what he's done, yes. They know about what he's done. There's a lot more coming. He's got a lot of cases down there coming. He's got a whole range of issues he has to face. I don't know which way he'll do it. So the fact that, could you ever think you would see I'm being involved to run the first or second or seventh. They decided in Iraq because of Iraq. They said I wasn't going to run again. So I saw what happened in Charlottesville, Virginia. People coming out of the woods carrying swastikas, torches, and singing the same anti-Semitic file they sang when back in Germany. They looked at and the young people, they asked him, they said, what do you think of those people? Stop it. And the one he said, I think that fine people are most. What a percent. He's coming out of the fields carrying torches, singing sitting on the outside of the pile, carrying swastikas. Fine people. This is the guy who says Hitler's done some good things. I'd like to know what they are. Good things Hitler's done, that's what he said. This guy has no sense of American democracy. President Trump.
Jake, both of you know that sir has been totally wiped out, because when you see the sentence, it said 100% exoneration on that sir. He just keeps it going. He says he ran because of Charlottesville. He didn't run because of Charlottesville. He ran because it was his last chance. He's not equipped to be president. You know it, and I know it. It's ridiculous. We have a debate. We're trying to justify his presidency. His presidency is, without question, the worst president, the worst presidency in the history of our country. We shouldn't be having a debate about it. There's something to debate. He made up the Charlottesville story. And you'll see it's debunked all over the place. Every reasonable actor has debunked it. And just the other day it came out where it was fully debunked. It's a nonsense story. He knows that. And he didn't run because of Charlottesville. They use that as an excuse to run.
About in debunk. All you have to do is listen to what was said at the time. And the idea that somehow that's the only reason I ran. This guy, he thought there were people coming out of that forest, carrying those woods, carrying those torches, that he didn't deserve to be president. Didn't deserve to be president at all. And the idea that he's talking about all this being fabricated, we saw with our own eyes. We saw what happened on January 6th. We saw the people breaking through windows. We saw people occupying them. His own vice president. Look, there's a reason why 40 of his 44 top cabinet officers refused to endorse him this time. The vice president hasn't endorsed him this time. So why? Why? They know him well. They serve with him. Why are they not endorsing him?
Thank you, President Biden. We're going to be right back with more from the CNN presidential debate. Which actors have played the U.S. president on screen? You all said Martin Sheen, Julia Louis-Dreyfus, Billy Bob Thornton, Charlize Theron, and Paul Giamatti. I think it's time. You think that you'll get? I'm going to get to the 1%.
Obviously not. If you have to say you're smart, you're not smart.
B.
You don't look too banged up. Done and done. Thanks. Till next time.
All on Wednesday, July 10th on Fox. Yeah.
I can work with this.
Are you passionate about helping children and families? Then you should get your results. Child welfare case managers with the South Carolina Department of Social Services can earn a starting salary of at least $43,700.
Stay here on Earth if you can. Less complicated.
This message is sponsored by the South Carolina Department of Social Services.
Michelin innovates once more with Michelin Acoustic Technology. Reducing Michelin, motion for life.
I'm Jeff. And that's Boogie.
That's right. And this 4th of July, we're going to explore what makes America so awesome. So keep your summer into high gear and watch America the Beautiful 4th of July special.
Digging. It's a natural instinct for many creatures, just like these adorable little guys. Whether it's a tiny burrow or a massive excavation project, it's important to remember it's still digging. No matter how big or how small your project may be, it's crucial to call ST811 if the revisit stays beforehand. Protect yourself and your community from potential damage to underground utility lines. It's free, it's easy, and it's the law. Because even a little digging can have big consequences. Georgia. Let's talk about persistent challenges you both faced in your first terms, and you'd certainly face again in a second term. President Biden, while Black unemployment dropped to a record low under your presidency, Black families still earn far less than white families. Black mothers are still 3 times more likely to die from pregnancy-related causes, and Black Americans are imprisoned at 5 times the rate of white Americans. What do you say to Black voters who are disappointed that you haven't made more progress?
I acknowledge you made a lot of progress. The fact of the matter is, there are more small Black businesses that have been started than any time in history. Number 2, the wages of Black unemployment is the lowest level it's been in a long, long time.
He just told you it wasn't. Oh my gosh, this man is stupid. He's just plain stupid.
Food to keep people out of their houses. In addition to that, we find that the impact on the choice that Black families have to make relative to child care is incredibly difficult. When we did the first major piece of legislation in the past, I was able to reduce Black child care costs. I cut them in half.
So Black people get special treatment. Okay. Because there's no white people that are poor at all, right? So yeah, okay, I got you, Biden. Yeah. Okay.
What do you say to voters who are disappointed with the progress so far?
I say I'm very disappointed. Inflation is still hurting the Black family. First time should be a $10,000 tax cut to be able to buy the first home. Situation.
But,
The inflation. He calls inflation. It's killing Black families and Hispanic families and just about everybody.
Are you ready?
It's killing people. They can't buy groceries anymore. They can't. You look at the cost of food where it's doubled, tripled, and quadrupled. They can't live. They're not living anymore. He caused this inflation. I gave him a country with essentially no inflation. It was perfect. It was so good. All he had to do was leave it alone. He destroyed it with this new scam, all this money that's being thrown out the window. He caused inflation. As sure as you're sitting there, the fact is that his big kill on the Black people, it's the millions of people that he's allowed to come in through the border. They're taking Black jobs now, and it could be 18, it could be 19, and even 20 million people. They're taking Black jobs, and they're taking Hispanic jobs, and you haven't seen it yet, but you're going to see something that's going to be the worst in our history.
Thank you. President Biden?
There was no inflation when I became president. You know why? The economy was flat on its back. 50% unemployment. He decimated the economy. Absolutely decimated the economy. That's why there was no inflation at the time. There were no jobs. Provided thousands and millions of jobs for individuals.
He's lying about everything, dude.
sure that they have health insurance. We have covered if the ACA has increased.
I can't. I don't know one truth he's told. Except the fact that
This guy wants to eliminate that. They tried 50 times. He wants to get rid of the ACA again, and they're going to try again.
Guardians, are you there yet?
We just arrived.
Good. The Vex are attempting another incursion. Shut them down.
We're on it.
How did that happen?
There's a lot going on.
Oh yeah, Trump calls it. Oh God.
Wildfires, stronger hurricanes, and rising sea levels. Former President Trump, you vowed to end your opponent's climate initiatives, but do you take any action to slow the climate crisis?
Just go back. So, the police are. It's horrible. Look at the fact that for 10 years you called them super predators. What's his name? I see it happen. See the criminal justice reform and for the historically colleges and universities. But you know, Tim Scott was incredibly did a great job. Senator from South Carolina. It's a great idea. It's one of the most successful economic development acts opportunity zones. Biggest beneficiary of us, and that's why we have the best studies with maybe ever. I'm saying ever. I read this morning where studies. It's impossible. Much of the black population, because he's done a horrible job for black people. He's also done a horrible job for Hispanic. But when you see these millions of people, they're going to take the job, and it's already started, and we haven't seen anything yet. It's a disaster.
Seconds left. President Trump, would you take any action as president to slow the climate crisis?
So I want absolutely immaculate clean water, and I want absolutely clean water. And we have H2O. We have the best numbers ever. Using electrons and energy, all forms, everything. For years, I had the best environmental numbers ever. And my topic on people getting best statistics before I'm up to stage. What are you worrying about now? Continue.
Elizabeth, you must know why Clovis built the portal.
Greed. Obsession. The list is long. If you asked him, he would have told you he was saving humanity. Collecting the radiolarium fluid from the Vex that came through was the prime purpose. I wanted it shut down. Clovis wouldn't have it. Once again, he flew too close to the sun, and once again, the rest of us paid for it. Bastard.
We see the cross section, and China, nothing, Russia, nothing, and India, nothing. It's a rip-off of the United States. And I ended it because I didn't want to waste that money because they treated us horribly. We were the only ones who was costing us money. Nobody else was paying into it. It was a disaster. Everything that he said just now, I heard him say before insulin. I'm the one that got the insulin down for the seniors. I took care of the seniors. What he's doing is destroying all of our medical programs because the migrants coming in, they want everybody. I have the biggest heart on the stage, I guarantee you that. And I want to take care of people. But when destroying our country. They're taking over our schools, our hospitals, and they're going to be taking over Social Security. He is destroying Social Security, Medicare, and Medicaid.
The idea is that we, in fact, whatever the consequence of not members of the parasite, how can we do anything? It's a little progress. Significant progress. The idea that the plans that started to concern about pollution and about climate, I didn't see any indication of that. By the way, if you're going to prescription drugs, the one company, they were supposed to $35 for charge for one voluntarily. I'm sure every company in the world, whether pharmaceutical company,
So every day, millions of Americans struggle just to make ends meet. For many older Americans, Social Security provides a critical lifeline. President Biden, if nothing is done to Social Security, seniors will see their benefits cut in just over 10 years. Will you name tonight one specific step that you're willing to take to keep Social Security solid?
Yes, make it pay their fair share. Now, everybody 6% their income, their paycheck, every single time they get a paycheck, the first one they get, 18 years old. They're going to, everybody, the millionaires pay 1%. So we don't want to not raise the cost of Social Security for anybody under $45. After that, it began to make the wealthy begin to pay their fair share by increasing from 1% beyond the guarantee the program for all.
So you still have 82 seconds left. Are there any other measures that you think that would be able to help keep Social Security solvent, or is just that one enough?
Well, that one enough to keep it solvent. The biggest thing, everybody can defeat this man because he wants to the
Shut up.
So I've dealt with politicians all my life. I've been on this side of the equation for the last 8 years. I've never seen anybody like this guy. I've never seen anything because so many other things too. We mentioned the laptop, we mentioned Russia, Ukraine. Everything he does is a lie. It's misinformation and disinformation. The losers and sucker story that he made up is a total lie on the military. It's a disgrace. But Social Security, he's destroying it because millions of people are going into our country and they're putting them onto Social Security, they're putting them onto Medicare, Medicaid, they're putting them in our hospitals, they're taking the place of our citizens. What they're doing to the VA, to our veterans is unbelievable. Our veterans are living in the street and these people are living in luxury hotels. He doesn't know what he's doing, and it's really coming back. I've never seen such anger in a country before.
The idea that veterans are not being taken care of, I told you before. By the way, I said something here, I said, give an example of fire legend. I told you about fire. It's his own knowledge.
Not anymore, we don't. Oh, bull crap. Man, you're such a liar, dude. He's such a freaking liar. I think he's just making up. I think somebody, he got a ear. Oh my God, bro. Well, they shouldn't have children in because they can't afford child care.
A lot of time on this debate. This shouldn't be a debate. He is the worst president. He just said it about me because I said it. No, look, he's the worst president in the history of our country. He's destroyed our country. Now all of a sudden he's trying to get a little tough on the border. He came out with a nothing deal, and it reduced it a little bit, like this much. It's insignificant. He wants open borders. He wants our country to either be destroyed or he wants to pick up those people as voters. And I don't think we just can't let it happen. If he wins this election, our country doesn't have a chance, not even a chance, of coming out of this rut. We probably won't have a country left anymore. That's how bad it is. He is the worst in history by far.
Thank you, President Trump. President Biden?
We're the most admired country in the world. We're the United States of America. There's nothing beyond our capacity. We're the finest military in the history of the world. The finest in the history of the world. No one thinks we're weak. No one wants to screw around with us. Nobody. Number one. Number two, the idea that we're talking about worst presidents. I wasn't joking. Look it up. Go online. 159 or 58, don't know the exact number, presidential historians. They had meetings and they voted. Who was the worst president in American history? One through best to worst. They said he was the worst in all of American history. That's a fact. That's not conjecture. He can argue they're wrong, but that's what they voted. The idea that he is doing anything to deal with child care. He did virtually nothing with child care. We should significantly increase the child care tax credit. We should significantly increase the availability of single parents to be able to
checking now.
What's about what would you do to make child care more affordable if you want people to live?
Just so you understand, we have Poland, we have other things that they rate him the worst. Because what he's done is so bad. And they rate me, I'll show you, I will show. And they rate me one of the best, okay? And if I'm given another 4 years, I will be the best. I think I'll be the best. Nobody's ever in an economy like us. Nobody ever paid taxes like us. He's the only one I know. He wants to raise your taxes by 4 times. He wants to raise everybody's taxes by 4 times. He wants the Trump tax cuts to expire. So everybody, including the two of you, have been paid 45 times. Nobody ever heard of this before. All of my life, I grow up and I see politicians talking about cutting taxes. When we cut taxes, as I said, we do good business. Apple and all these companies, they were bringing money back into our country. The worst president in history by far, and everybody knows it.
What's it about?
Well, the fact of the matter is that he's dead wrong about it. He's increased the tariff. He's increased the taxes on middle-class people. Instead of the tax money less than $400,000. His tariff is 10% tax. Everything coming in the country, and you went to that economist site, that's going to cost the average American.
What can I do for you, Warlock?
$2,500 a year more. And all the things that are important. Number two, he's in a situation where he talks about how he is somehow helped the class. The class has been devastated. Now he wants a new tax cut of $5 trillion over the next 10 years, which is going to fundamentally
speak to me not of the darkness.
Number one. Number two, you have not, in fact, made any contact, any progress in China. Worst trade deficit in China since 2010.
Thank you, President Biden. Thank you, President Biden. Let's discuss an epidemic impacting millions of Americans that both of you have made a top priority in your first term, the opioid crisis. And for both of you, the number of overdose deaths in this country has gone up. Under your term, it went up. Under your term, it has gone up. Former President Trump, despite the efforts that both of you have made, more than 100,000 Americans are dying from overdoses every year, primarily from fentanyl and other opioids. What do you do to help Americans right now in the throes of addiction who are struggling to get the treatment they need?
To finish up, we now have the largest deficit in the history of our country under this guy.
Yes,
the largest
Guardian, by all
deficit
means.
with China.
Let's get started.
He gets paid by China. He's a Manchurian candidate. He gets money from China. So I think he's afraid to deal with them or something. But you notice he never took out my tariffs because we bring in so much money with the tariffs that I imposed on China. He never took them away. He can't because it's too much money. It's tremendous. And we saved our steel industries, and there was more to come. But he hasn't done that. But he hasn't cut the tariffs because he can't, because it's too much money. But he's got the largest deficit in the history of our country, and he's got the worst situation with China. China's going to own us if you keep allowing them to do what they're doing to us as a country. They are killing us as a country, Joe, and you can't let that happen. You're destroying our country.
So, President Trump, you have 67 seconds left. The question was, what are you going to do to help Americans in the throes of addiction right now who are struggling to get the treatment they need?
Jake, we were doing very well at addiction until the COVID came along. We had the 2.5, almost 3 years of like nobody's ever had before, any country, in every way. And then we had to get tough. And it was the drugs pouring across the border where it started to increase. We got great equipment. We bought the certain dog. That's the most incredible thing that you've ever seen, the way they can spot it. We did a lot. And we were getting very low numbers, very, very low numbers. Then he came along. The numbers, have you seen the numbers now? It's not only the 18 million people that I believe is even low because the gotaways, they don't even talk about gotaways. But the numbers of the amount of drugs and human trafficking in women coming across our border, the worst thing I've ever seen, at numbers that nobody's ever seen under him because the border's so bad. But the number of drugs coming across our border now is the largest we've ever had by far.
President Trump, thank you. President Biden?
Fentanyl and the byproducts of fentanyl went down for a while. And I wanted to make sure we used a machinery that could detect fentanyl. These big machines that roll over everything that comes across the border. And it costs a lot of money. That was part of this deal we put together. It's bipartisan deal. Fentanyl machines, more be able to detect drugs, more numbers of agents, more numbers of all over the border. And
You're so full of crap, dude.
Let's get started.
Republican colleagues said, don't do it. It's going to hurt me.
What?
It's not a good deal. It's a really good deal. We need those machines. We need those machines. We're coming down very hard in every country in Asia in terms of precursors for fentanyl. And Mexico is working with us to make sure.
Somebody, if I was Trump, I would just flip out on this guy. I would be like,
thank you, President Biden.
If we end, the data ends with us. That fate is too terrible to comprehend.
Negotiations with Mexico, they got for nothing. Just like when we have a hostage, we always pay $6 billion for every time there's a hostage.
The world's changing, Guardian. You must prepare.
I think a good guy And he's over there because he's laughing at this guy, probably asking for billions of dollars. Very quickly, as soon as I take office, before I take office, I said, literally, as soon as I win the election, I will have that. He should have had it. But Putin's probably asking for billions and billions of dollars because this guy pays it. In 2 cases, we paid $6 billion for 5 people. I've got 58 people out that I paid essentially nothing.
I hope you have something.
Thank you, President Trump. Dan.
Let's check the concerns that voters have about each of you. President Biden, you would be 86 at the end of your second term. How do you address concerns about your capability to handle the toughest job in the world well into your 80s?
First of all,
Yes, Guardian, by all means. Let's get started.
Just look at the record. Look what I've done. Look, I've turned around the horrible situation he left me. I sent 15
Dude, this guy's delusional. This guy's delusional, dude. Delusional. He's delusional. He's delusional. Bro, you are higher.
Would you like to add anything?
Yeah, well, some President Trump like this. Okay, President. Get things done. Strong country.
Wow, he is clueless. He is clueless. Oh my God.
The end of your second term, who have concerns about your capabilities to serve.
Well, I took 2 tests, cognitive tests, I aced them. I thought, you know, we made it up. I'd like to see him take one, just one. I will see one. I go through the first 5 questions, you couldn't do it. Physical exams every year. And, you know, just one. Club championships, not even senior. 2 regular club championships. To do that, you have to be quite smart. And you have to hit the ball. And he doesn't do it. He can't hit 50 yards. He challenged me to a golf match. He can't hit a ball 50 yards. I think I'm in very good shape. I feel that I'm as in good a shape as I was 25, 30 years ago. Actually, I'm probably a little bit lighter. But I'm as good a shape as I was years ago. I feel good. I feel the same. But I was willing to take a cognitive test. And you know what? If I didn't do well, I aced it. Dr. Ronnie Jackson, who's a great guy when he was White House doctor. And then I took another one, a similar one. And one of them said they'd never seen anybody ace it.
Thank you. President Biden?
You can see he is 6'5" and only 223 pounds, or 235 pounds. Well, he said 6'4", 200. Well, anyway, that's in your. Well, anyway, let's take a look at what he says he is and take a look at what he is. Look, I'd be happy to have a cognitive test now. Well, you know, I got my handicap, which when I was vice president, down to a 6. Okay? And, oh, by the way, I told you before, I'm happy to play golf if you carry your own bag. Think you can do it?
He's a 6 handicap of all.
I was an 8 handicap. 8. But I haven't.
I've seen you swing. I know you swing.
Yeah,
let's not act like children.
President Trump, we're going to
Let's not act like children.
a specific concern that voters have about you. Will you pledge tonight that once all legal challenges have been exhausted, that you will accept the results of this election, regardless of who wins? And you will say right now that political violence in any form is unacceptable.
Well, I shouldn't have to say that, but of course I believe that. It's totally unacceptable. And if you would see my statements that I made on Twitter at the time, and also my statement that I made in the Rose Garden, you would say it's one of the strongest statements you've ever seen. In addition to the speech I made in front of, I believe, the largest crowd I've ever spoken to, and I will tell you, nobody talks about that. They talk about a relatively small number of people that went to the Capitol, and in many cases were ushered in by the police. And as Nancy Pelosi said, it was her responsibility, not mine. She said that loud and clear. But the answer is, if the election is fair, free, and I want that more than anybody. And I'll tell you something. I wish he was a great president, because I wouldn't be here right now. I'd be at one of my many places enjoying myself. I wouldn't be under indictment because I wouldn't have been his political opponent, because he indicted me because I was his opponent. I wish he was a great president. I would rather have that. I wouldn't be here. I don't mind being here. The only reason I'm here is he's so bad as a president that I'm going to make America great again. We're going to make America great again. We're a failing nation right now. We're a seriously failing nation. And we're a failing nation because of him. His policies are so bad. His military policies are insane. They're insane. These are wars that will never end with him. He will drive us into World War III, and we're closer to World War III than anybody can imagine. We are very, very close to World War III, and he's driving us there. And Kim Jong-un and President Xi of China, Kim Jong-un of North Korea, all of these, Putin, they don't respect him. They don't fear him. They have nothing going with this gentleman, and he's going to drive us into World War III.
You want a World War III, let him follow and win, and let Putin say, do what you want, NATO. Just do what you want. Which is called Article 5. An attack on one is attack on all. Required response. The idea, I can't think of a single major leader in the world who wouldn't trade places with a job I've done, what they've done. Because we are a powerful nation. We have wonderful. It's because of the people, not me. It's because of the people. They're capable of anything, and they step up when they're needed. And right now, we're needed. We're needed to protect the world because of our own safety as a state. And again, we want to have a war. Just let Putin go ahead and take Kyiv, make sure they move on, see what happens in Poland, Hungary, and other places along that border. Then you move on.
President Trump, as I come back to you for a follow-up, the question was, will you accept the results of this election, regardless of who wins?
Just to finish what he said, if I might, Russia, they took a lot of land from Bush. They took a lot of land from Obama and Biden. They took no land, nothing from Trump, nothing. He knew not to do it. Not going to play games with me. He knew that. I got along with him very well, but he knew not to play games. He took nothing from me. But now he's going to take the whole thing from this man right here. That's a war that should have never started. It would have never started ever with me. And he's going to take Ukraine. And, you know, you asked me a question before, would you do this? But he's got us in such a bad position right now with Ukraine and Russia. Because Ukraine's not winning that war. He said, I would never settle until such time. They're running out of people. They're running out of soldiers. They've lost so many people. It's so sad. They've lost so many people. And they've lost those gorgeous cities with the golden domes that are 1,000 years old. All because of him and stupid decisions. Russia would have never attacked.
Trump, the question was, will you accept the results of the election, regardless of who wins? Yes or no, please.
If it's a fair and legal and good election, absolutely. I would have much rather accepted these, but the fraud and everything else was ridiculous. And if you want, we'll have a news conference on it in a week. And we'll have another one of these on in a week. But I will absolutely, there's nothing I'd rather do. It would be much easier for me to do that than I'm running again. I wasn't really going to run until I saw the horrible job he did. He's destroying our country. I would be very happy to be someplace else, in a nice location someplace. And again, no indictments, no political opponent stuff. because it's the only way he thinks he can win. But unfortunately, it's driven up by numbers and driven up to a very high level because the people understand it.
Let's see what your numbers are when the selection is over. Let's see. You're lying. It's the first time. You say you continue to appeal and appeal to courts all across the country. Not one single court in America said any of your claims have any merit, state or local, none. But you continue to provoke this lie about somehow there's all this misrepresentation, all this stealing. There's no evidence of that at all. And I tell you what, I doubt whether you'll accept it because you're such a whiner. The idea if you lose again, you accept anything, you can't stand the loss. Something snapped in you.
We'll be right back with more from the CNN presidential debate live from Georgia.
Begin log. Initial experiments in polyphasic recombination are discouraging. Perhaps another route is wiser.
We don't know basketball and football and things with balls. And
No baseball. Age does matter.
I've never coached dry age stuff.
And so does experience. It's never out of account how much man could you see what version stakes on. Generations, only Wednesday, July 10th on Fox. Literally see one of these zookeepers get their head ripped. That's my name, Joe. Hey, Joe. Joe's about to make a big mistake. Hey, Joe.
A triangular splice improves rigidity, but reduces tensile strength. Interesting.
Going starts with a free call to 811. Oh,
once more with Michelin and Pizza technology. Reducing cabin noise by cushioning rotation. Michelin, motion for life.
I once believed the Borgias could be our future,
whether it's national
but
news,
I was
local
wrong.
stories, all the time.
They were just a step on the path. And now, we walk on.
In the U.S., there is a football field's length of underground utility lines for every person in the country. And every 6 minutes, one of those utility lines is damaged. The easiest way to prevent this from happening is by calling 811 to have your underground utility lines marked, so you know where it is safe to dig. This is a free service and will help prevent utility damages which may result in injury, fines, and utility service outages. 811 or click sc811.com.
Maybe it should be the progress. Left.
All he does is blame Trump.
Put ourselves in a situation where we have to make sure.
Oh my gosh. Shut this guy up. Shut the fuck up. Oh, really? A debacle? Mm-hmm. 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 What? What did you? I can't even keep up.
That reduced federal debt by 60.
Ooh. Well, you know what? Yeah, I just want to tell everybody, if we don't have a country, there won't be any shit. And the way this country's going by, that's exactly what's going to happen. We will not have a country. Our country will be at war.
Thank you, President Biden. President Trump, you now have 2 minutes for your closing statement.
Like so many politicians, this man is just a complainer. He said, we want to do this, we want to do that, we want to get rid of this tax, that tax. But he doesn't do anything. What he does is make our country unsafe by allowing millions and millions of people to pour in. Our military doesn't respect him. We look like fools in Afghanistan. We didn't stop Israel. It was such a horrible thing that would have never happened. It should have never happened. Iran was broke. Anybody that did business with Iran, including China, they couldn't do business with the United States. They all passed. Iran was broke. They had no money for Hamas or Hezbollah, for terror, no money whatsoever. Again, Ukraine should have never happened. He talks about all this stuff, but he didn't do it. For 3.5 years, we're living in hell. We have the Palestinians and we have everybody else rioting all over the place. You talk about Charlottesville. This is 100 times Charlottesville, 1,000 times. The whole country is exploding because of you, because they don't respect you, and they have to respect their president, and they don't respect you throughout the world. What we did was incredible. We rebuilt the military. We got the largest tax cut in history, the largest regulation cut in history. The reason he's got jobs is because I cut the regulations that gave jobs, but he's putting a lot of those regulations back on. All of the things that we've done, nobody's never seen anything like. Even from a medical standpoint, right to try, where we can try space-age materials instead of going to Asia or going to Europe and trying to get when you're terminally ill. Now you can go and you can get something. You sign a document. They've been trying to get it for 42 years. But you know what we did for the military was an incredible choice for our soldiers, where our soldiers, instead of waiting for 3 months to see a doctor, can go out and get themselves fixed up and readied up and take care of themselves. And they're living. And that's why I had the highest approval rating in the history of the VA. So all of these things, we're in a failing nation, but it's not going to be failing anymore. We're going to make it great again.
Thank you, former President Trump, President Biden. Stay with us because we have full analysis of this debate. Anderson Cooper and Aaron Burnett starts now on CNN.
And there you have it, the first debate between President Joe Biden and former President Donald Trump now in the books. You are looking now there at the spin room. That's where surrogates and campaigns will head next to continue this conversation, this debate. But first, we want to get right to the reaction here in Washington. Jason Chaffetz and Richard Fowler still with me. All right, Richard, I'll start with you. It was a bit of a shaky start for the president. He seemed to get his stride. What do you make of what you've seen?
Listen, it was definitely a shaky start for the president. But in the end, he did talk about the future, what he wanted to do in the future, which I think is how the Americans will end up voting in this election. Donald Trump told you a lot about what he did when he was the president for his first 2 years. Joe Biden talked about what he wants to do in the future. He wants to extend, like I said at the beginning of the show, he wants to extend insulin coverage to all Americans. He wants to extend the home. the homeowner credit for more personal homeowner credits. Another thing he wants to do,
That
and
guy
that's the thing.
can't even
Like, hold
talk.
on, how will your table get better in this election? Ultimately, that's a post vote.
I think President Trump will expand his lead. I think the mental and physical capacity of Joe Biden was far worse than I thought it was going. What I thought it was going to be. He is declining and rapidly. I can't foresee him going through 4 more years. Anybody just watch the tape; they can make the decision themselves. But I think Trump expands his lead. Donald Trump exceeded expectations. His command of the facts, and Biden. It was scary how out of shape he was to be the president of the United States. Well, we will see if these two meet up for the next planned debate, but the first one is in the books. Richard and Jason, thank you very much for your analysis tonight. That wraps up our coverage for tonight. We've got much more analysis this Sunday on Fox News Sunday. I will see you then. Good night for now. We're going to take you back to your local Fox station for programming there.
What a joke. What a joke, bro. That's freaking. Still only one good. I think Yankee did better now.
Well, that was the worst Joe Biden I've ever seen. Oh my gosh, dude, that guy is Lord Jesus. He is. I don't know. Whatever has to happen, don't let that crazy man get in, please, Lord. Oh, Lord, gosh, God, he couldn't even like hardly. I mean, he would talk and he would just like I couldn't even keep up with what he was saying. Well, you know, they said, "Come," and these people came out of the woods, and you said they were great people like Hitler. I'm like, what? Like, what are you talking? Like, he was just coming out with crazy stuff, dude. And Trump's just like shaking his head, like, what? And I feel the same way. I'm like, Trump, I'm like, why are we even having this debate, dude? You can't even like. You're literally talking about stuff that people have already debunked. Like, come on. Like Nancy Pelosi said, she did. She took responsibility for the Capitol building. Now, why is her butt not in jail? And so, see, that's what Biden kept, attack on the Capitol building. Yeah.
We just arrived.
That's what.
The Vex are attempting another incursion. Shut them down.
We're on it.
It's crazy. Like, how do I? Dude, this is. You piece of... Dude, you just knocked me off, you dick. Dude, what the... Stupid idiot, dude. He just knocked me off the cliff, man. I was in front of him jumping, and he jumped and literally ran into me. You know what?
Sorry, I had to leave that team. Nobody boots me off the mat and doesn't even revive me. Sorry, buddy. I ain't playing with you guys. Have fun. Let me read you today's verse, guys. Bible verse of the day. Be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary the devil walks about like a roaring lion, seeking whom he may devour. Resist him steadfast in the faith, knowing that the same sufferings are experienced by your brotherhood in the world. That means everybody, Christians and non-Christians, both are attacked by Satan and demons. But if you're a Christian, you can focus on God and trust in Him to protect you. But without Jesus, you're done.
Guardian, are you there yet?
I don't know why everybody thinks that.
The Vex are attempting another incursion.
I don't know why everybody thinks that. Dude, I'm getting where I don't even care if I have prismatic on. I'll honestly. The hell's this idiot at? Wrong. Why is it so quiet?
Elizabeth, you must know why Clovis built the portal.
Greed. Obsession. The list is long.
I want that new,
If you asked him, he would have told you he was
I'm mostly
saving
playing for that.
humanity.
There's a new 3-burst linear fusion.
The Vex that came through was the
I think it's
prime
Strand, I believe.
I wanted it shut down.
I have the other
Clovis
one.
wouldn't have it.
There's one other one that came out
Close to
like
the sun, and once again, the rest of
last
us
season or
paid for
season or
it.
two ago. I can't remember.
Bastard.
Oh shit. Ah! Oh shoot at me. Whoa, bro. Really? Thanks, bro. Thanks for coming back and revive me. Good job. Good teamwork, idiot. Yeah, typical Guardian rank 9 and above. All about me. It's all about you, right? It's all about you. Yep. See, there you go. You know what? I kind of want to leave. I kind of do. I'm just gonna start leaving people that are rude. You know, people that don't revive, people that just, you know, basically people like this guy. Can you two guys not handle one side? I'm handling the left side by myself. Thank you. That's why it looks different. Why don't you throw a heal? Why don't you throw a healing orb back just now? I need something. It's pretty bad when the sidearm's stronger than a shotgun. Yes! I got it!
That's the last of them, Elizabeth.
I got it!
Good riddance, evil bastards. Until next time.
Yes! Not a great roll, but I'll take it. You a jack crap, dude. Boom. Woohoo! Let's see, let's check the sucker out. It's awesome. Let's see. Oh. What? It's awesome. It's awesome. It's awesome sauce. What's today? Thursday. Destiny 2.
Destiny 2 updates. Of course, part of that is the trade, which is there are a few things to round up there. Bungie also talk about seasonal content or episode content. I just can't stop calling the episode a season. Importantly, though, we do have a few changes to some of the seasonal modes, some quality of life improvements, and incoming updates for exotics. And a couple of other minor announcements from Bungie to date. So, as always, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you do, a rating really helps us out down below. But now, let's get into it. And first up, something to note here, but Bungie Help said the 8005 patch note stated that our fix for the Precious Scars exotic was included in the release. But the fix did not go live as expected and has been rescheduled for an upcoming release. Additionally, they say it will correct the exotic's functionality for players using both the Solo Invictus and Offensive Bulwark aspects. So the change that they'd outlined hasn't actually gone live just yet, but it will be coming in another update. So that's the first thing to note, but otherwise, the D2 team said, hey everyone, we've heard feedback about certain frustrating elements in the breach executable mode, and we have a couple of changes planned for next week's update to improve the experience. So firstly, they say some enemies were hitting a little too hard, particularly those affected by both void threat and air superiority and blasts. We want to keep a bit of variety in the modifiers, so because the void threat is constantly applied, we're removing it from expert breach executable. So that's in particular going to make the expert mode more enjoyable, hopefully. But they also say we'll be improving the hunt for the planetary pistons and radiolite samples with several changes. So firstly, Guardians will always be able to find 2 pistons in each run of breach executable. And on top of that, the piston waypoint range is increased for easier visibility, but that's an important one because, of course, when we activate those pistons and pick up the various materials that are highlights, it will actually improve the rewards that we get at the end of the activity. Of course, we can pick up some exotic drops and things like that in there. But additionally, they say the delay before being teleported to join allies in the next encounter has been increased. And this means you can continue to extract samples when your teammates push ahead. But additionally, extracting radiolite samples is now instant, so you can get back into the action faster. So fewer opportunities to miss out on samples right there. I quite like the instant pickup as well, so I'm guessing we'll just literally interact with it. There won't be a wait timer. And so those sound good, but also, the D2 team said, we've also investigated reports of Guardians being unable to find specimen Nest 03 to start the research quest for the Week 4 seasonal challenge. Yeah, but this specimen was originally intended to be found during Week 4. However, the issue will be resolved at the next weekly reset. So, luckily we'll get that research quest next week, and considering we won't have any story beats, we will have plenty of time to get that one done on next Tuesday's reset. So, overall, I think some good changes right there for Breach Executable, and give us your thoughts about them down below. Next up, though, as we move on to the TWID, Bungie actually talk about Act 2 of Episode 1, which begins on July 16th. So they say after touching base with our old friend Failsafe and starting an investigation into the Vex on Nessus, we found that something is not quite right. The revelations of Act 1 will drive your investigation even further into Nessus in Act 2 when it launches on the 16th. To make sure you're equipped with the latest intel, we'll be hosting a developer live stream ahead of time to preview the new content that's coming. And they finally say they will have more details on the timing of that live stream for us soon. So
rather interesting there. I'm not surprised that Bungie has spoken about the launch date for Act 2. Of course, that's only, 3 weeks, less than 3 weeks away now. But the fact that they'll actually be hosting a live stream to show off some of that content is definitely interesting. We know that a few more weapons will come into the game. We'll also get a new activity called Echo's Battlegrounds, and the continuation of the story, but it seems possible there'll be other elements to it as well, considering Bungie fancy hosting a live stream to show that content off. So I'm curious to see what we get there. Let us know your thoughts about it. They also say, for any folks who want to work on some Echoes art, if you fancy sharing those contributions on Twitter with the hashtag Echoes AOTW, Artist of the Week, of course, then any pieces of art selected will be shown in the twit, and authors will earn a new emblem, which is pretty cool, as we can see right there. So just an additional thing to think about, and more details about it are linked in the twit below. And next, Bungie speak about the return of Iron Banner. So they say, interestingly, to begin with, for Episode 1, Iron Banner will now be a 2-week event, and it'll be the main PvP focus for that time. Players will be able to earn rewards, climb ranks, and earn their PvP skills in one game mode during the first week, and then another game mode will be featured in the second week. And in this first iteration of Iron Banner for Echoes, the first game mode available is Control, and the second will be Tribute. So 2 weeks of Iron Banner is an interesting mix-up right there. They also say we'll get a couple of new weapons added for Iron Banner in Echoes. The first weapon is a renewed Criminal's Dagger. It's still a kinetic aggressive frame pen cannon, but it now comes with a small bump to its stats. Perks like Precision Instrument or Kill Clear. Plus the other weapon available will be Claws of the Wolf, a rapid-fire frame Void Pulse Rifle with a fan-favourite perk like Head Steaker and Zen Moment. Although the new perks like To the Pain are worth checking out as well, and getting many rolls for these weapons will be easier, we still need to unlock them first in order to get drops. That'll require getting to ranks 4 and 7 with Saladin, but then we'll have a good chance to earn them as post-match rewards, and wins now guarantee a random Iron Banner weapon, while also having a very high chance to award an Iron Banner engram on top of that. They also say, as for defeats, both weapon drops and engrams have a higher drop rate too, so you can either get the role that you're chasing as a random drop, or you can focus with the engram and Saladin. Plus, gilding for the Iron Lord title will return, and they say wearing Iron Banner gear, using Iron Banner emblems and completing Saladin's daily challenges will get us there faster, as these give reputation boosts. So that's another component to look out for next week, and let us know if you plan to dive into the Iron Banner when it returns. Next up though, Bungie talk about a mid-episode balance update, and they say there will be more details to share about this at a later date. However, a handful of things jump out early as issues in the Crucible in particular. So firstly, they talk about Kvostov. But for recoil, they say it should come as no surprise to anyone that's used the beloved bullet-bouncing auto rifle that there was something different about the recoil, and this is a result of a bug. So they intend to reduce only the recoil of the special ricochet rounds by 50%, but it was instead applied to the entire magazine, effectively giving Kvostov maximum stability, and it has made the gun substantially easier to use than other auto rifles, and has predictably led to huge spikes in effectiveness in Crucible. So they will be removing the bugged effect that reduces recoil by 50%. They say, though, as a middle ground, they've increased the base stability by 30, which takes it up to 72, and this will give it some, but not all of that stable feel, without leaving it so far out of band. I'm assuming that will also affect PvE content, so keep that in mind. Then for ricochet rounds, they say this is a problematic balance issue for PvP, but they want to avoid impacting PvE with this change, so they've reduced the initial bonus impact damage against players only from 15% to 5%, but additionally they've reduced the bouncing bullet damage against players from 18.4 to 4.6 damage, which leaves PvE unchanged. So stats-wise, it sounds like those changes will affect all content in the game, but for the ricochet changes in particular, they're only going to apply to the Crucible, which in itself is at least a positive. Otherwise, they talk about Red Death, and they say while the stability on this weapon isn't bugged, it's still very strong. So they've experimented with several different tuning options for it, and completely replacing the recoil with the standard pulse rifle recoil felt like it shifted the gun too far away from its origins, so they've instead chosen to reduce the added stability that the pattern provides. And this will align the burst spread more closely with other pulse rifles, retaining as much of the unique feel as possible. So recoil changes coming to Red Death there as well. Give us your thoughts about it down below. And next they speak about Speaker's Sight and the orb generation in particular. They say it's currently too easy to generate an extreme number of orbs in the Crucible with this exotic. And while we'd like to retain the ability to generate orbs in Crucible to allow players to lean into their healer fantasy, the current volume is not healthy for the sandbox. So as a short-term solution, they will be disabling the orb gem portion of the exotic in Crucible only. However, we will revisit allowing the weapon to create orbs at a more reasonable rate. I assume they're referring to the exotic specifically there. So a couple of changes come in. Give us your thoughts about it, but they do add, we'll have more to talk about before the mid-episode patch drops. We don't want to give too much away while things are still in flux, but there are several quality of life features to roll out, as well as a Destiny 2 reprised map coming in the next episode, UI updates, and a big feature that they're still heads down working on for our third episode that they can't wait to share with players. So more stuff coming down the road for Crucible, but otherwise give us your thoughts on those adjustments to particular weapons and exotics. Finally in the twid though, there are a couple of updates here worth mentioning. There's a pony error code update. They say we believe we've solved the issue involving the pony error code, so players can now go into settings and turn public fireteam invites, text chat, and Bungie friend requests back on. That's for any folks who disabled them due to that issue. As for the raid jacket and bag, the Salvation's Edge ones, they say players now have until July 9th to defeat the witness in Salvation's Edge and earn the chance to purchase the raid jacket and stone bag via Bungie rewards. I assume that's probably because the actual completion rate of the new raid is relatively low, so they're extending the time to try and bring in a bit more cash. Nothing wrong with that, I guess. Otherwise, it points out for Excision and the cutscenes that an epilogue option is now available in the difficulty selection menu for the Excision activity, which allows players to rewatch the final cinematics or final shape. So if you missed out on those previously, you can go ahead and watch them immediately in the game, which is positive. For today though, that's the bulk of the important stuff related to the game in the twid. If you want to check out any of the other updates, the twid is linked below. For today though, I hope you've enjoyed the video, and if you have, a rating below very much helps us out on the channel. Also be sure to get subscribed and I'll keep you up to date with Destiny content. Hit that notification bell as well, so that you don't miss out on anything. But otherwise,
Destiny 2, exotic bond. Nope.
This is the easiest and most effective way to farm the exotic class items completely solo. This is an extremely straightforward and simple thing for anyone to do, and I love that you can basically just turn off your brain while earning some of the best loot in the game. Essentially, you're just going to be following an extremely specific route that I lay out in this video and using some strategies in order to optimize and obtain around 4 exotic class items per hour. This method is very efficient, and it's actually even more efficient than the exotic mission in most cases after the double loot glitch is patched. So this will definitely be a great option for anyone who doesn't want to group up with another player and just run the same exotic mission over and over. I extensively tested and used the method in this video myself to get my perfect roll Caliban Liar's Cloak that I've been wanting. So I think I've optimized this farming route to be quite rewarding and worth your time. The class items are very much worth farming for because they have some insane combos, and I actually covered the best combos in a video over on my second channel, so feel free to go check that out next if you haven't already. I will also admit that getting these class items to drop is the first time in a few years that I felt like truly hyped and excited for a piece of loot. So I'm very glad that that feeling is finally back in Destiny 2. Let's get started with the actual route and how to farm it. There are a few things that are required to do this, and also just a couple more that can be nice to have. In the required category, we have the Wombo Detector Ghost Mod. This will allow you to detect the chests within 50 meters of your Guardian, and this will be an essential technique required to loot all of the chests and make sure that you've acquired all 5 of them on every single run. You will also need a fast Sparrow or Skimmer, and I also like to use a movement exotic like Stompies. Of course, that is not required by any means, but there are certain chests that you will need to jump and run to, and therefore the movement exotics can save you a lot of time. In a situation like this, you're going to be running the route so many times over and over, so every little bit of optimization will help. If you're anything like me, I would also recommend turning off the NPC dialogue in the settings, because they're going to say the same things over and over, and after about the 200th time, it gets highly annoying. You might also want to bring a sniper, and this is because if you aim down sights, it will actually show you where the distant chests are located, but this really isn't needed, and I will explain why that is in a little bit. So to get things started, the first step is to simply load into the landing in the Pale Heart. You can walk forward a bit, but then there will be this waiting period where you simply have to sit there and do nothing while you wait for the chests to actually spawn into the destination. At this time, you can aim in your sniper if you want, but you can honestly just sit there and wait until there is this very big, obvious white flash on your screen, and this indicates that the chests are now present. Once the chests have spawned in, you can summon your sparrow and proceed forward as shown. There's a very specific route that you need to farm in order to ensure that you will get all 5 of the chests every time, but before I show you that exact route, I also want to play this run where I collected all 5 chests in just 56 seconds. The crazy thing is that this was not even an optimal run. Like, as you can see, I messed up my sparrow and my movement several times here. These mistakes just really go to show that you can still farm this really effectively, even if you're constantly messing up like I was. If you do the farm long enough to reach some statistical significance, you'll notice that the class items drop about 1 in every 40 to 50 chests, meaning that there is roughly a 2% drop rate. This information has been crowdsourced from all over the community, and it roughly aligns with what I also experienced myself. Like I mentioned in the intro, once you factor in all of the loading times and all of the other waiting that you need to do, you can expect to gain about 4 exotic drops every hour while using this method. As a disclaimer though, this is 100% random and based on luck, so you could easily go an entire hour without getting a single drop if you're just super unlucky. On the positive side though, even if that does happen to you, this farm is still really good because it will give you a bunch of Pale Heart engrams and Gunsmith engrams, making it so that you'll still be rewarded something for your effort. Alright, so with that now explained, let's cover the exact route to optimize your farming. After you see that flash of light, just drive straight forward and keep an eye out for the chest icons at all times. This platform on the left is a very common spawn point, and they're also sometimes down here below the bridge, and sometimes on this little rock over to the right. After you've cleared those locations, proceed forward this way, there's sometimes a chest over here, and then go across the bridge. It's important to make sure that you don't hit this tree or the rocks in order to optimize your route, so just kind of move like this in order to maintain speed. Once you cross the bridge, head over to the left, and there's often a chest in this cave, and then go forward, and there's sometimes another one in this water to the left over here. The last part is to go forward along this path, check over to the left by this water and the waterfall, and then kind of proceed back to the main spawn location where you originally loaded in. There will sometimes be a final chest that spawns in the center within these caves, but I have a trick so that you don't actually have to go check the caves every single time. The trick relies on the knowledge that there will only be 5 chests total in the area, so if you've already looted 5 on your current run, there is no need to go check the caves. I'm not really sure why this is, but I speak from experience when I say that it is hard to remember to count to 5 on every single run, but I promise that this will save you a ton of time in the long run, and I highly recommend it. As soon as you've counted that 5th chest, simply open up your map, head to the left like so, and load back into the landing. You'll of course need to wait 20 seconds again until you see that flash of light on your screen, and then you'll be able to continue with your next farm of the area. You will, however, need to go to orbit occasionally because sometimes the overthrow event will progress to the point where it starts putting up tons of random stuff that blocks your path and creates a...
What is up, guys? It's your boy, Rick Cacus, and today we have a quick video going over tips and tricks to help solo players farm the new exotic class items as fast and efficiently as possible. And so, let's get started. Now, importantly, if you are a solo player, unfortunately, you will have to get one other person and beat the Dual Destiny exotic mission for that first time. You need to beat it and get your first exotic class item before you can start farming it solo. Now, another thing of note is that although what we're going to be showcasing in this video is, in my opinion, the most casual, laid back, and relaxed way to farm exotic class items, it's not going to be the most efficient. In terms of the sheer volume of exotic class items you're getting, you want to be farming the Dual Destiny exotic mission over
Ayo, today I'm going to show you how to get through the secret quest that was just dropped into the final shape today, where your reward will be the long-awaited exotic class armor, which remember has 2 different exotic perks on it, which are randomly rolled from a short list of available exotic perks. Be warned, this is not something you can do as a solo player. You need a fire team of 2 players exactly to do this. More specifically, you can unlock the mission as a solo player, but won't be able to launch the mission. Also, if you haven't unlocked the mission yourself, you can't join another player who has. I know that's definitely going to be upsetting to a lot of players out there. You may have to fire up LFG for this one. Again, 2 players only. You won't be able to launch the mission if you have a fire team of 3. Here's how to unlock the mission. Step 1. You're going to need to complete 3 different instances of overthrow. 1 in the landing, 1 in the blooming, and 1 at the impasse. At the very end of your overthrow instance, look at the bottom left of your HUD. You should see a message that says a secret keeper of the Witch Queen is near. You now have to look around the area to find a hidden hive wizard who you'll have to de-shield and then kill. I don't think the locations are random. The location of the landing wizard is right here on the map. The location of the blooming wizard is right here on the map. And the location of the impasse wizard is right here on the map. Again, you'll have to do 3 instances of overthrow, 1 in each area to kill all 3 wizards. When the 3rd wizard is dead, head to the refraction area of the pale heart. If you can see it up in the sky, head to the big glowing pillar of light. That should indicate the direction in which you should be going. When you get close, you'll see 2 icons on your screen that look like 2 halves of 1 whole. You and your teammate each go to one of those icons. When you get there, go full-on ad clear mode and don't stop until a subjugator spawns in. After the subjugator is dead, they'll drop an orb on the ground and Savathun will laugh. You'll have a new waypoint icon on your HUD now, indicating where the orb you're carrying will need to be dunked. Head in the direction of the waypoint icon, and when you get there, dunk the orb into the specified area. When both you and your teammate have both done this, a new flag will spawn, allowing you to launch the secret exotic mission. If you can't launch the exotic mission, try opening the map and launching it from there. And again, reminder, the mission can only be launched with a fire team of 2. Launch the mission. When you load in, both you and your teammate will each have 1 of 2 alignments, either light or dark. I had light, my teammate had dark. If you have the light alignment, stand on the light plate in the room, and dark alignment, stand on the dark plate. This will be a recurring theme in the encounter. When you're both on your plate, the barrier will go down and a mission timer will begin. Don't be fooled, by the way. The mission is much longer than the timer would indicate, but as you go, you'll extend the timer with each encounter completion. Run to the new area, and when you get there, run around and ad clear as you go. Eventually, you're going to get to another barrier wall. Look around. There's going to be another dark and light plate that you each need to stand on in order to take the wall down like before. The dark plate is right by the barrier, and the light one is a little bit further away. You gotta look around. Both of you stand on the correct plate and go through the barrier, which will now be down. Keep going until you reach a rally flag point, and after that, there will be 2 more plates. There will also be a new mechanic for you and your teammate to learn. Ads will spawn into the room, and also 2 yellow bar mini-bosses. 1 yellow bar will be glowing light, and the other will be glowing orange. Only the player with the light alignment can kill the light glowing mini-boss, and only the dark alignment player can kill the orange glowing one. When they're dead, they'll each drop a mote that you can pick up. You each need to be carrying 2 motes apiece for this next part of the encounter. Certain symbols will appear that only each of you can see. The theme for
Ah, ha, 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 ha. Ah, that's a joke, dude. Y'all seen that quest you gotta do for the class item? What a load of junk, dude. There's Bungie, you're stupid. Yeah, I'm complaining. I'm actually complaining. That's the most dumbest thing I've ever seen in my life, bro. Like, for reals.
Sure. Rhythmic physical expressions won't win a fight, but they feel good. And feeling good is better than not.
Like, these people, like, that they, oh my lord, it's so funny.
Hi again.
Oh my gosh, man, this is ridiculous, dude. Let me guess, Alone in the Dark 207, right? This is what I'm trying to figure out. How come my Alone in the Dark?
Eververse isn't just a title, it's a promise.
Look, why does it keep saying 2 of 7 and Alone in the Dark? Why? Oh my god, dude. You know how many of these I've done? Do y'all actually know how many? I mean, y'all, I know y'all don't, but I'm just saying, I've done that so many times.
Hi again. Sign here.
I mean, I'm just sick of it, dude. Yeah, you have to find all these ghosts, or all these chests. That's for the oh, what you call it? The the daggum coat boss stuff, whatever. Jeez. I just think it's ridiculous.
Hi again, Guardian.
I think it's ridiculous that they make you
Name Guardian.
Look, I don't want to get into trouble.
it's just, I think it's just ridiculous.
Eververse isn't just a
You can't have 3 people, you have to have 2 people. That is so dumb, dude. I'm getting tired of seeing these things, man. I don't think, let's see.
Guardian. Sign here.
System diagnostic complete. This unit functioning at 98.3% optimum performance.
Oh, joke. That's new mod.
Eververse isn't just a title, it's a promise.
Hi again, Guardian.
I don't understand why.
Ready and waiting.
Enigma Protocol.
She said she wanted to express herself, so I gave her a thumbs up.
Ready to check. Please, Guardian. It's busy.
Makes no sense.
Sure, rhythmic physical expressions won't win
Wow.
a fight, and feeling good is better than not. Eververse isn't just a title, it's a promise.
Hi again, Guardian.
Eververse isn't just a title, it's a promise. Eververse trades in goods we feel enhance a Guardian's journey. Sure, rhythmic physical expressions won't win a fight, but they feel good. And feeling good is better than
Sign here. Hi again, Guardian.
Eververse isn't just a title, it's a promise.
Name, Guardian? Hi again. Searching.
Eververse isn't just a title, it's a promise.
Ready and waiting.
What? What? Excuse me?
Eververse trades in goods we feel enhance a Guardian's journey.
Hi again, Guardian.
Fenchurch does the
Anything for you?
exploring. I make the deals.
Hi again. Oh, let me check right away.
Eververse trades in goods we feel enhance a Guardian's journey.
Monitoring all channels. Stay alert. Oh, let me check right away. Your system may be faulty. Suggest diagnostic to check for any compromise in programming. Anything for you? Hi again.
Eververse isn't just a title, it's a promise.
Please, Guardian, it's busy. Sign here.
Cade, you've known the commander a long time. You ever seen him like this?
Worst I ever saw Zavala was right after the Great Disaster. Didn't know the light could go out of an Awoken's eyes till then. But this is something else. He's scared. I've never seen him scared before, not like this. I understand the fear, I feel it too, but I don't know what he'll do with it.
Eris once told me fear is a knife. We can use it to hurt others, or ourselves. But we also have the choice to sheath it.
Yeah. Well, maybe when we get over this mountain, we can make sure no one gets all stabby with their feelings. Got some Jenkins popping up on my roof. You all okay?
Nothing I can't handle. If you need me to come over and give you a hand, let me know.
Hey, now, who put who on their back when we threw down?
Oh, come on. You caught me by surprise.
Oh, well, I guess we're even then.
Having Cade back, it's almost like he was never gone. Like the Traveler knew it needed to make the fire team whole again.
Yeah, no, don't get me wrong. It's real nice to see you all again, but Traveler could have asked before yanking a guy back to life.
Cade, I need to tell you something before we go any further. Meet me up ahead.
Oh, ominous and cryptic. My favorites. Yes, let's.
Now we get his what the fudge?
Was that?
Oh, I felt it.
Don't like me when I have to take a dump.
That's the Traveler. This is digging around in its guts.
It's screaming for help.
Sorry, I said it. I had to break the quiet and awkward silence. The main reason I'm using the Red Dead
Vex are followers of the Witness. It's all divisive. The same zealots from the Black Garden.
I know all about the Black Garden. You sure you don't want to talk about why you're back?
The why doesn't matter. Never did. Just stay focused and clear a path up the mountain. Right now, I just need to do something that feels normal, okay? And blasting Vex feels really, really normal.
Just know that the Traveler hasn't abandoned you, Cade. Even if you can't use the light.
Oh my gosh, I slipped off, dude.
Part of you. I don't think my wish could have brought you back without it. You could be capable of things you don't even realize.
Did anybody see which ones they were? I don't know. I don't know which, dude, I can't tell, man. Oh, hold on, hold on, hold on. What was that? Should we guess? I mean, should we just guess, man? I literally just guessed. Oh my gosh. That's hilarious. I literally guessed. Where's that?
Things my ghost Sundance said to me was that I was capable of greatness. You remind me of her a little.
Dude, I'm fractured, bro.
You're both a pain in my ass.
Ooh. Oh crap. Freaking jumping crap, dude. Why couldn't I grab that fly? I just scared.
You found the Vex mine. It must be in charge of the news.
Well, whatever you're doing, it's pissed off everything in the wall. Get blasted, Guardian. We'll cover your back.
Oh, shoot. GG, boys. GG. I get to be level 7. That's all I want. I always keep my guardian rank at 7. That's why I was kind of irritated lately, guys. That was easy. Ooh, keeping that. thought that usually does that. That was easy, man. Whoa. 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 I probably will. I probably will. I probably will wear this more. Chess is awesome, dude. Yeah, see on that, and now that part, prismatic was freaking amazing. I don't even think I fired. Yeah, I fired this. Is that the whole last time, dude? Oh my gosh, that was great. That was awesome. That was fun, man. Yeah, I would have done that a long time ago if I would have known about I know it would have been that easy. Well, I mean, I had to get up to two, like at least I would at least get up to 2000. I mean, it's up to you. I can't believe somebody tried to join me at 1961. I'm like, are you freaking kidding me, bro? Get the frick out of here, man. Somebody tried to join me when I set up a room because basically it's a lot easier because you could pick. I mean, it's guys. I know y'all might, some of you new people might not feel comfortable with that, but I'm just telling you right now. I'm telling you right now, man. It's better just to make a room, dude. It is definitely better. There we go. Y'all ready? Ready? Dun, 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 dun. Wait, is there any? Oh man, I gotta find the tower there's people at, man. What's this? Hold on, let me look at them. Let me look at my quest now and see if anything changed. Okay. Oh, that's right. That's right. That's how you get the. Oh yeah, awesome. Well, that is cool then. I'll do it. I'll do the descent too. I'll do them all. Now that yeah, dude, I had like 211. I had a person there on my team. It was like 211, 206 or something. I was like the lowest one on there. So yeah. But I think this is. I want to go where the tower. Dude, I forgot all about that. That's awesome. That wasn't even why I was trying to do it. That happens so much in Destiny. Like I won't even plan on doing something, and all of a sudden, like I had no plan on doing those ascent things. But I was like, man, I'm 202. I can do that. And I know I needed to get them done. And I didn't want to, and I don't want to go search for ghosts. I'm trying to do that alone in the dark crap, man. It's like I've been stuck on 2 of 7 for the last freaking. I don't know what the deal is. Like, why can't is it progress? Is it Act 2 where it goes further? Like, I don't know. Like, I've had to look up more stuff this season. Dude, where's everybody at? I've had to look up more this season than I ever had in any other season. It's just, there's so, like, the Alone in the Dark thing just confuses me because every time I do it, it still says 2 of 7. I mean, I even track it. I put a tracker on it and everything. I do exactly what it says do. And let's see, what does it say do now? Alone in the dark. Yeah, here we go. Lost ghost located. Okay, so I'll do that after this. Okay, good. At least there's 3. Okay, whatever. Elite. Elite. That would be fun. See this right here, corporate focus mode, man. Complete on lead mission. Dude, I'm gonna have to freaking. Oh my. Dang, man, I only got 3 left. Let's see. Final Shape Legendary Part 1. Complete Final Shape campaign on Legend difficulty. Okay. Legend. Okay, so I just gotta do these. Okay. And then that'll cause this to happen, right? Okay. We'll see. We'll worry about that later. We'll worry about that later. Enjoy our golden glow.
You're back.
Oh.
Very
good. Add that version. Shatter Price. I like Shatter Price, man. Shatter Price has been in the game since D1, dude. But it was actually kinetic, I believe. Oh, okay. Yeah, I think. I don't know, man. Yeah, I'm thinking rapid hit and surround it. I mean, I don't think it's really that hard. I mean, I can keep buying more. That's the thing. Uh,
All done.
I had the black thing.
She said she wanted to express herself, so I gave her a thumbs up.
Okay. Switch out. Of course it is.
Anything for you?
You don't look too banged up.
It's a pulse rifle too. So.
They need this wreck filled by tomorrow.
That ain't gonna help none, is it? Let's go. Such a good. I'll use that. Good roll. See if we can get for two. Yeah, I found it easier just to create it, man.
Encryption keys were supposed to be heat resistant.
Saga.
There's a storm gathering. You can feel it in the air. The closer we get to the monolith, the more powerful the witness's influence becomes.
It's interfering with my ability to track the commander. He will respond when I hail him. The look in his eyes when he turns away from me. I don't know what he plans to do. He won't let anything stop him.
Copy that. We'll need to move fast. Kate? Saw you stand up to the commander back there, kid. That took guts. Let's go.
Ikora's not coming?
No. Just you and me.
You can't blame her.
Harsh. What did Zavala say when he left?
I'm going for a walk. Look after them.
Guardian.
Yeah.
Join up with Tarj, Kate and I will bring up the rear. Take down anything that's standing between Zavala and his ghost.
Okay.
I've got an idea.
Yeah.
You'll humor me. The statue that implored Zavala to give himself to darkness. There are more of them. All over this place.
You think you can get them to talk?
They'll speak up if they have something to say. That's what
Okay.
I do. Come on. Let's establish a rapport.
So what do you say?
I'm saying.
Look me in the eye and speak
So I'm
truth.
going at 4.
Where
Okay.
is he?
That's fine.
We know he came
That's
this way.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I expected 4 or even 3:30. See, that's happened before where I've gone in there and then all of a sudden they take me to the clean room. I'm like, wait a minute, no. I called because I need to get something fixed. That's happened before. I know, and then they say, well, we want to check, make sure there's not something worse or something.
Let's go.
Whatever, they can do whatever they want. I'm not worried.
It's building, growing stronger. Good. If the witness doesn't want us to come this way, it means we're on the right track.
4 in the morning. I told her that's what time I'm up. Find a 24-hour find a 24-hour dental place. I like to get an appointment at 3 o'clock in the morning.
I hope he feels vindicated.
I think they open at 9.
The statue said that Zavala will become one among its many. Is that a threat or a
Yeah.
warning?
Well, I think in general most people don't like get up.
Judging by the guards, next contact is
Sounds good. All right.
want to help us find Zavala? Fine, but it's your fault we're in this mess. Why did you reach out to him in the first place?
Our voices are many, but our voices are weak. It's too bright here. Give us some darkness. In darkness, our voices will be heard.
Think we can trust them?
Any sign of the commander?
Ikora, you came.
Of course I came. It's my fire team.
And a fire team family. No sign of Zavala yet.
But he was right about the statues. They're trying to help us. Commander, come in. Commander, answer your comms now. This is the last time I let him walk away from me.
The last statue said they can only speak to us in darkness. That makes me think they still have some connection to the witness.
Something that's made up of 1 million individuals is bound to have a few dissenting voices.
We are the shame. Our witness could not bear to reckon with. So the first life comes out.
Exile until we have gained our aim. Imprison until we can be reintegrated into the final shape.
Once part of the witness. Can you just tell us how to defeat it?
We are bound. There's no other way. Get yourself through darkness. Get yourself through darkness and see. A commander needs light. You will set us free. You will set us all free.
Why would the witness imprison its own like this?
The witness seeks to control what it can't change, and to change what it can't control. That's the purpose of the final shape.
It's afraid. If you could just tell us how to free you,
We're not strong enough to lead you. Your journey is close to an end. Don't be
I don't think any of us are strong enough to do this alone.
Unfortunately, Zavala forgot that when he left without me. But that's why I'm here, to remind him. strategy that I can't pinpoint Zavala's location.
It's probably more interference. Just concentrate on him.
I can't.
You can. Just feel for his light.
I can't.
Tarsh, it's okay if you can't find Zavala. We're past the storm, but something could still be throwing off the signal. Even if that isn't the case, you don't have to know your guardian by his light.
And how would you feel? Were you in my shell? You scour the earth for years. Nothing a vague feeling. Growing lonely, losing faith, but eventually, miraculously, finding your mark. And you spend years more by his side. Watching him fight and die. Fall in love. Lose himself to grief. You forge a bond. Seal your fates. And yet you're not sure if you can do the only thing you were made to do? For the one person you were meant for? How would you feel?
Well, I...
Forget it. The feeling doesn't matter. You take the closer source. I'll check the one ahead. I know what to do.
We got your back, buddy.
Ghost, Guardian, keep looking. We'll catch up with Taj.
Our signal is coming from another one of the Traveler's gifts. But Zavala's not here. Vanguard, have you found him?
Not yet.
What?
Enemies down. Let's get out of here. Find Taj. This place is falling apart. We gotta move.
Guardian, Taj has a lock on the commander. Hurry.
Yeah, I think it's jack crap, man. What? 1900 hood? Two down. What to go? Well, that's like 6 times in a row LFG has worked out for me. Or whatever it, whatever you call it. Dang, first two I found pretty fast. First two I had like, I don't know how many people joined. Like I had like 9 people join. Like, yeah, I had like 8 people to pick from. It was awesome. It's like only I was like, heck yeah, bro. Oh my gosh, dude. Okay.
The witness's defector spoke of a ritual site, the place where they destroyed themselves.
Where the witness was created.
Yes. Zavala thinks he can navigate us to it. Guardian, you lead. We'll follow. Zavala no longer has his light.
But I do have my gun. Reaching the ritual site is our top priority. Do not let your focus stray.
The heck? What happened? What the heck happened? I have no idea what happened right there. That's so weird. I don't know. That's so weird. Dude. Okay. $19.50 wants to join the 202. I'm not going below 2,000. So. Oh no. I'll stick with this right now. Actually.
The witness's defector spoke of a ritual site, the place where they destroyed themselves.
Where the witness was created.
Yes. Zavala thinks he can navigate us to it. Guardian, you lead. We'll follow. Zavala no longer has his light.
But I do have my gun. Reaching the ritual site is our top priority. Do not let your focus stray.
Hey, this is a secure line. How's the commander?
Commanding.
We've already got resistance. This won't be...
Your search for purpose continues. Once more, it leads you to us. What is it you seek? Your endless pursuit of us yields you nothing.
taken blockade ahead.
We're getting an influx of hive back here.
Clear them out. The witness knows there are dissenting voices within it. It'll stop at nothing to keep us from reaching the ritual site.
Fell off the freaking mountain, bro. Fell off the freaking mountain, bro. Oh my gosh, you about to knock me off again.
You wish to aid your traveler with reckless abandon. To spread the futile poison of life. Chaos, disguised as freedom. We deny this pain. Let us enlighten you.
That riddle, what was made can be unmade. I can't get it out of my head. How are we supposed to unmake the witness?
The same way that the witness plans to remake the universe.
The traveler's light.
Light restores, terraforms, shapes. We could use it to break the witness apart. Destroy it.
Guardian, down. There's resonance energy coming from that doorway. There has to be some way past it.
was powerless when I stood before the witness, when I confronted it in that place. But Guardian, your ability to wield both darkness and light gives you an advantage. You will do what I could not.
You are no longer a pawn of the light. Be free.
Kill him! shell, triangle.
In truth, you seek not homes, but endless challenge. This ambition is known to us. That what can be destroyed must be destroyed. What? What? Are you kidding me, bro? Kidding me, B? That's so messed up, bro. $100 it doesn't reconnect me. I'm getting off Destiny if this kicks me, guys. What? Dude, revive me. Revive me. No, revive me. You stupid idiot. All right. Good night, guys. I'm done.